All right, hey everybody, we are here with Arnston Marine. We got Nick, AWSI 2024. Hey Nick.
Hey, how's it going, Luke?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for stopping by our booth. And yeah, I wanted to just tell you guys a little bit about us. So at Arnston Marine, we started out with a vision to engineer the best wind-stable sun hats out there. And what I mean by that is you put on a floppy hat and it covers you from the sun, but eventually you start moving faster and it starts flopping all over, falls off your head, and that hat doesn't do you much good. So with our hats, we've engineered them to be stable in all orientations. So they won't flap, it won't flop, it won't fly off your head. We can have this hat on doing over 50 miles an hour.
Seriously?
We've had people say they've been doing up to like 60 miles per hour apparent when on their foils, and it's rock solid. It's not going to flap. It's not going to blow up your head. If you do go swimming with it on, the hat floats on top of the water, not 6 inches below like a lot of hats claim they do. And it's a UPF 50 rated product, so it's going to keep us protected from the sun and, you know, let us stay out longer without getting fatigued from getting a sunburn.
Yeah. They're like Tilly's almost, right?
Yeah, you know, Tilly makes a great product.
Okay. That's another product?
But we, you know, we're purpose built for the water sport industry.
There we go.
And, you know, we got our start kind of both on the gorge here as a windsurfing back in the 70s. The owner had his own brand back then. And now we have a big following in the sailboat racing world. And we're coming back around to our board sport roots and trying to just branch out now that foiling is taken off and everybody is stoked about it. We just want to help you stay safe and covered while doing the sport you love.
I like the logo too here. I'm just going to zoom in a bit on that. That's a really cool logo.
Thank you.
Do you know how they came up with that one?
You know, so the owner's last name is Arnston, and over the years he's had some ideas for his own brand, but he's been a very talented soft goods designer, and part of that is being really concise with logo placement, logo work, and so he kind of came up with it to, you know, the flying A signifies a bit of speed, a bit of movement in the direction forward, and you know, helps wrap it around, and it's just a nice logo for people to see real quick and be like, oh, I've seen that before on a hat. I've seen that on a bag. And, you know, they equate it with being out there on the water.
That's awesome. Well, what do you guys have for us today?
Yeah, so I would love to talk about kind of the two sides of our story. I've been talking about the wind-stable sun hats. And so I have a bunch of colorways hanging up there, but, you know, we try to have colors for all different locales. You know, some people might like having a bright blue hat because their watercolor will be that brownish green and it stands out real well. It also helps act as a safety issue. If you can be seen on the water when only your head's floating above, you know, that just benefits you and you know, helps you keep the session going and not get into any accidents.
That's very true.
We do have colorways that are brighter for safety. We do have more natural colors for our friends who may prefer be fishing, or, you know, kayak fishing, sup fishing, and getting out into nature and trying to blend in a bit more.
That's fair enough.
And so that's our Tahoe brim. That's our original design. That kind of started it all. This year, we also launched this hat, which is called the Cabana. So it's the same exact hat in solid colorways, but now we have this woven mesh in the back that's going to be highly breathable for anywhere in the tropics, anywhere on the Gulf, anywhere that's going to be really hot and kind of stagnant. You know, you want your hat to breathe as much as possible. This still gives you over a UPF 40 rating on your head, even with that mesh. So, especially those of us that have a little bit less hair up top, really helps us stay covered in the sun.
Now, what kind of materials and whatnot are you using?
So our hats, we've pioneered our own fabrics. It's our own weave. We make the fabrics and then we ship them to our hat assembly plants. So it's a multi-step process that we control the quality of the product all the way through. They are 100% nylon, so it's going to dry quick. It's going to be highly durable. We do use a DWR treatment. It's a C0 treatment, so that's a carbon zero. So it means it's not dangerous to the environment anymore. And it's current with all the new regulations in Europe and soon to be in the States about, just making sure we don't flush all of those fluorocarbons that are used in the process of waterproofing out into the environment that we love.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just another way of us trying to stay ahead of the curve and make sure that, the things we're producing aren't causing harm to places that we love.
Especially when you're getting into any kind of water-based sport, or this extends out to any fishing, any of those kind of sports as well when you're on the water, right? When you get
Absolutely.
So that makes sense.
People find that it becomes their favorite hat and they're wearing it for their hikes and their, gentle walks around town. And we love that too. We want to see you stay covered.
So let's see this. We got all these kind of different nice colors in this lineup, right?
Absolutely. So
cool.
Again, we're inspired by those natural ocean colors that we see out there, also while sticking with safety-minded colorways. I would love to, man.
All right. We got some bags over here. Is this what I see as well?
Absolutely. So we spun off the bags as kind of another bright idea we had and decided we're going to go full speed ahead with that because we saw some deficiencies in the bag market. Starting with these two over here, these are both airtight, waterproof, zipper entry carrying bags in a 25 and 35 liter. So the 25 liter is real nice. It's your traditional waterproof backpack. And what's great with this is we have a ton of guys doing their upwind, downwind, subfoiling circuits on it.
Exactly.
So they wing upwind, shove their wing into this bag. It's all wet, but it's not gonna leak through. And then they throw it on the back, paddle downwind, and it's a seamless transition for them. Easy to carry, everything they need for their session.
Huh. Now, are we able to see a little bit of compartments?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'm thinking, because I do a lot of little adventures I would bring some food, bring some other stuff, safety stuff in there.
So with this bag, we do have a large main body compartment inside there.
Okay. Take a look at that here.
We can fold this open a little bit.
Sure, why not?
But we do have a document pouch there, or laptop pouch for when you're shoreside and you have to actually get work done.
Okay.
Happens to all of us sometimes. Then we do have a separate zipper pocket right there. So we can fit our phone, fit our keys in a little bit secured pocket, and it's not going to bang around, get dirty with everything else we might have in the pack. Couple that with pocket on each side, super deep and wide. We designed these that you could slide a pair of flip-flops in there. So for when you're walking down to your launch spot, you can toss your shoes in there and away you go. And double straps on the back means if we need to secure a jacket or an extra layer, we can strap it down there and not have to incorporate it into what may be a wet or dry environment inside the bag.
And this is a cool concept that I haven't yet seen before.
Yep. So the zipper toggle we use is easy to grab, even if you have 5mm gloves on for those people in colder climates. And we do add a loop on each side, so that way when you're trying to close or open the bag, it makes it a much smoother attempt.
Oh yeah, okay.
And when you get to the end, you do have that little dock like you would on a dry suit, a fully airtight, watertight zipper. So when you seal it tight, then it traps all the air in there.
Okay.
So that's our 25 liter, the 35 liter duffel. What's great about this, it's the exact size for most carry-ons, for most major airlines in the U.S. And so if you're going somewhere for a quick strike, you can pack a wing in there, you can pack your change of clothes, and bring it on board. You don't have to worry about the luggage monstrous losing it.
That's true.
It ended up at a different tropical destination than the one you're trying to get to.
Have we not all been there?
Yeah. And the straps are easily detachable, so if you do have to check it, you just pop the straps off and pack them away, and you're good to go. So it gives you a very sleek design.
What's that back zipper there?
So that's just our entry zipper.
Oh, interesting.
Again, with a pull toggle. So that
Oh,
way,
yeah, it's a duffel. Sorry, my mistake.
yeah, that way
Yeah.
we have that easy access to open and close the bags again.
Oh, that's clean. Can we see the back of that?
Yep.
That's
So
that's a good design. I like that.
Thank you. Like I said, we really tried to maximize the space in those checked carry-on luggage configurations. It's also really nice if you're part of a big crew and you have limited space on board a boat. You can stack them up nice and easy, slap some name tags on the end of it, and give everybody a nice uniform amount that they can fit on board. So, people running charters and such really love that feature because it keeps certain people from overpacking.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And then the other two items that we do in the dry bag world with their own little innovations, we do have what looks like your standard 10-liter roll top dry bag. What makes ours really nice is a couple of things. One, that see-through window that goes the whole length of the bag. It means you can actually see the stuff that's in there before opening it. You won't have to dig too far. Or rectangular bottom means that when it's fully stacked, filled up, and you put it flat somewhere, it's not going to roll away. It's not going to roll off the bow of the boat or off the dock. So we really want to make sure that it stays secure. We do label it as a 10-liter bag, but if you're familiar with 10-liter bags, most of them aren't this tall. We do that because it's important to roll at least 3 or 4 times to make sure it's properly waterproof. And we want to make sure that when you do roll it tightly and securely, you're getting the full 10 liters still that you signed up for. And so that way, you're not worried about rolling it too shallow and having your stuff get wet inside.
It's not a bag of chips where they promise you a full bag and you only get a quarter.
Exactly. And all of them come with a handy little carry strap. So if I was just carrying my phone and a couple bars or something on a paddle, I can toss it over my shoulder. It's not going to have too much drag on me. And that way it's easy to carry when you're walking from the shore back to your car or wherever you're going to launch from next.
And it comes in a red as well?
Yep. So all our bags come in our true red or an ocean aqua color. And we find people really like to match their boats nowadays. And this aqua color is very, 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 very good at standing out. So.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful color. Couple bags down there.
Yep. And so the last thing in our bag collection is what we call our aqua tote. So it's the same fabric as all the bags, which is a 420 denier TPU. What's nice with TPU is that they're much more durable and pliable than a PVC, and they are hugely, hugely better for the environment over the lifespan of production, use, and unfortunately, when it does end its life and end up in a landfill, traditional PVC will continue leaching and off-gassing throughout that entire cycle. TPU is not going to do that, and it's a much, much better choice for our environment. So with our tote bag, it's nice with this. It's the same waterproof fabric, same welded seams, big open tote with a self-draining pocket at the bottom on one side. And with this, that's your all-in-one bag to toss your wetsuit when you're done. So in the morning, you're walking down to a dock or to a beach launch. You can put this down. You're not getting sand or anything in your bag until you get changed. When you're done with your session, you put all your wet stuff in there and the equipment you want to stow away
For the
bring
car.
it back, and that way your trunk doesn't get soaking wet and smell really bad like most of ours do.
I don't know. Most wetsuits smell really good, right?
Yeah. If we could ever figure out how to make wetsuits smell good, we'd
Stop peeing in them.
yeah. And so, final thing we didn't talk about with the hats, we do have a line of ball caps as well. What's nice with these, which are our Mavericks cap, these also float in the water. They float bill up. same foam that we use in our wide brim hats, same eco-friendly foam. And we have very nice wide horizontal panel, so it's great for people to decorate. So if you have a lesson program, a shop, a school that you want to have your own logos on, this gives you the perfect space to display your branding. Plus, they look pretty good on, and they perform very well in the water as well. They're not going to soak up water. They're not going to, deform on their use. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Awesome, man. Thanks for sharing everything. And if people are interested in buying or finding out more about you, where should they go?
Yeah, so the quickest and easiest way is to go to arnstonmarine.com. That's ARNTSONMARINE.com. Or you can talk to your local shop. We have representation across most of the U.S. And if they don't carry us, tell them they should.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks.
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And all right, folks, we'll see you soon.